In other news, Governor Gavin Newsom used his executive authority Friday as part of a crackdown on ultra-processed foods. He's issued an executive order directing state agencies to limit what he calls the harms of ultra-processed foods. We're now joined by our Timothy Parker, who's been looking into this directive and how it might impact our eating habits. Hey there, Tim.
Hey, Catalina, this is the time of year, the New Year's resolutions. Everybody wants to make health and fitness changes and what they buy at the grocery store. But for Governor Gavin Newsom, it's not a passing fad. It's something he's looking into seriously and could have big benefits or big changes in the future for California residents. The real-life version of this little toy, Dr. Terry Simpson, has a very big message. He's been a physician for 33 years and is a culinary medicine specialist for St. John's Regional Medical Center, with over 1 million followers on TikTok, encouraging people to choose healthy diets.
Dried corn and some dried cranberries, all on an arugula salad.
The doctor says 70% of Americans consume processed foods, leading to many health problems we see today.
We don't specifically know in those ultra-processed foods if there is one single bad thing. But we know as a whole that more whole foods are far better for them than the ultra-processed food.
He says the government has often been behind in protecting us from foods with chemicals and artificial dyes for color.
In the United States, once we started getting the FDA, we said all of these ingredients are fine because we think they're fine. And we didn't do a lot of studies. Whereas in Europe, they've done a lot of studies and say, we don't like the way this looks, so we're going to ban red dye 40.
Well, Governor Gavin Newsom is trying to do something about it with an executive order investigating ultra-processed foods and what he says is over 10,000 chemicals found in food for coloring. He says 38% of teenagers are pre-diabetic. Just last year, the governor signed a bill banning artificial food dyes on school campuses. That goes into effect in 3 years. However, not everyone agrees. Some opponents say the Food and Drug Administration decides what's safe, not state government.
10, 25, 35.
Daniel Hutchinson is selling all-natural juice at the Crenshaw Farmers Market in South L.A., where all the produce is fresh and organic. He likes to see the governor doing something about the health concerns in our food, but says it's ultimately about the individual.
It's a great initiative because it inspires people, not only like teachers and educators, but the public really to get a grasp of their own health.
Meanwhile, Dr. Simpson suggests people not go cold turkey away from processed foods, but start with small, healthier steps.
And most people like fruits. Make sure you don't go a day without fruit. Whether you have fruit every day for breakfast, whether you have fruit for lunch, start with something simple that you like that you can do.
The doctor says he wants to help people live healthier lives, with or without a say from government. So you heard about what the governor plans to do for schools in the future. That's going to happen. It's going to be less dyes, less processed foods in schools starting in 3 years. So what about the rest of us? Well, starting April 1st, those state agencies that Catalina, you talked about, they will start reporting back to the governor about what they're learning in their investigations about ultra-processed foods and those food with those chemicals and dyes.
I'm already mourning for my hot Cheetos. Thanks so much, Tim. Appreciate it.